don't give one vote to PDP. They are hungry. They can't stand not touching government money.
It is not about Professor Jerry. It is about several other people who are running for election.
Things are hotting up in the political arena. The APC is putting its best foot forward to the next level as the SDP unveils its action agenda.
The same register that will be available at each polling unit nationwide on election day.
From INEC to the political parties, a certified copy of registered voters.
If he said he's not fit enough to go to court, we will treat him. We'll give him the best medical attention that we can afford.
Arraignment of Senator Melaye is told. Police waits for the ailing senator to recuperate. Reports of a coup in Gabon, but authorities say the dissidents have been arrested and the government retains control. Good evening. I am Kene Ima Abodike with the Network News at 9. Michael Olalaye is joining us from our Lagos Network Center. The APC Presidential Campaign Council has been formally inaugurated with the hard-working, long-suffering but resolutely committed Nigerians being appreciated for investing their trust in the genuine efforts by the governing party at redirecting the country and governance towards sustainable and wholesome development. President Muhammadu Buhari, who performed the ceremony, said with Nigeria already taken to a new level of enduring peace, economic growth, political stability, justice, and progress, all that is required for the attainment of his manifest destiny is continuity of the change agenda. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
A victory for us is a victory for all well-meaning Nigerians who are committed to change.
President Buhari is indeed referring to the change from an inglorious past where those in positions of authority willfully took for themselves what belongs to all Nigerians, where lip service was paid to the security of citizens, and where economic growth was sacrificed for import dependency.
We have, in the last 3 years and 6 months, reversed this downward slide that the PDP took us in its 16 years of misrule. We have restored the territorial integrity of our nation. We have reset our national values. Corruption is no longer condoned and is no longer seen as normal for public office holders. The high and low are receiving jail terms. Loots are being recovered, and the Nigerians are increasingly displaying the timeless values of honesty, honor, and decency. I congratulate us all for making these changes possible. Our economy has become a prudently managed enterprise. Our resources are now working for us.
The national drift, he said, has now been halted, shadow of insecurity and fear dominating public life removed, and the economy revived from decline to stability and growth. And as the governing party begins campaign in earnest, the president implored leaders and other stakeholders to resist being provoked but remain focused and civil in their engagement with citizens on all issues at stake.
I urge members of this formidable team to always keep their eyes on the ball, which is the success of our party at the polls. I wish to appeal to all members to be guided by the enduring vision behind the formation and sustenance of our party, which is anchored on sacrifice and imperative to salvage and stabilize our great and promising nation.
President Buhari, who reiterated his commitment to free and fair elections, promised to keep insisting that votes must count.
If there is one legacy I want to leave, is the enthronement of democracy as a system of government. And for democracy to be enthroned, elections must be free and fair. That means citizens have a right to vote for candidates of their choice without intimidation in any form. I have warned INEC and security agencies to that effect.
With barely 40 days to the elections, the president assured the nation that the tasking campaigns will be done across Nigeria conscientiously without making either his work or governance suffer. To this end, he explained that his co-chairman, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will be fully in charge and on a 24-hour vigil. Mr. Rotimi Amechi, as Director General, is responsible for all aspects of the presidential campaign, including field operations.
What we are pleading with Nigerians is another 4 years to consolidate on what we have started. We are almost there. Don't give one vote to PDP. They are hungry. They can't stand not touching government money.
In the course of the campaign, the council said people who could add value are to be co-opted either on full or part-time basis so that the entire voting population can be effectively engaged towards delivering a resounding victory for the APC at the elections. In Abuja, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, members of the 2019 APC Presidential Campaign Council are confident that their inauguration, barely 45 days to the presidential election, will not detract from the success of the party and all its candidates. Speaking with political correspondent Salihu Abdullahi, members of the campaign council promised a healthy political context by upholding the vision of APC in promoting issue-based campaigns.
Our commitment is total. We have a brand that needs no introduction. Our job has been made easier because the council itself is all-inclusive.
And in most states, we've already started campaigning for the president and will deliver him, by God's grace, on the 16th of February, which is my birthday. So I will have double celebration.
The party is growing by the day. We received a lot of high personalities from other parties.
Since 1999, that once a president is in office, definitely the second term obviously is not in doubt.
For us, particularly in the northeastern part of Nigeria, we have no choice than to elect Buhari. Before his arrival, nobody goes home. Today, not only are we going home, we are staying in our state capital all the time.
Our president, we understand our president. He's not somebody that is always desperate for power, but we want him back. Nigerians want him back. So that was why, even before this inauguration, many of us had already inaugurated him in our state.
Now APC is in government, so we are even better prepared. We are stronger, in mobilizing Nigerians.
Don't worry about the time we're starting. It's what we do with the time we have that will determine success at the end of the day.
All of the people who you see as members of the council have been doing one work or the other, and you will find that there is a very broad-based and cross-cutting team involving governors, serving and former governors, and many senior members of the party.
So we have a number of things to talk about. The government has performed and is performing. Mr. President is well known. He's a person of impeccable character. That is easy to market. We have a unique product.
Mr. President said that he would like to leave a legacy in establishing free and fair election in Nigeria. I think that is very, very important. And secondly, he said campaign should be based on issues, not on personalities and not on trivialities.
President Muhammadu Buhari is reassuring the unwavering commitment of his administration towards equipping the nation's military and boosting the morale of those in the front lines as deliberate enterprise towards making insurgency a thing of the past in the Northeast. This was while receiving a high-powered delegation from Borno State by Governor Kashim Shettima. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has details.
The delegation, comprising political, traditional, religious, women and media leaders, was in the State House to bring President Muhammadu Buhari up to speed on the security situation in the state following resurgence of attacks by the Boko Haram elements after a long period of respite. For President Muhammadu Buhari, collective safety and security of civilians will continue to remain paramount in his administration's strategy towards restoring peace and stability in the region.
I feel very, very concerned that it's taken us so long to give security to Nigerians, which is one of the fundamental objectives of the military and law enforcement agencies. We are supposed to protect Nigerians, especially within Nigeria.
Having been a former governor in the Northeast, a GOC in the region, and now the commander-in-chief, the president told the people not to despair, as his administration will never shirk its responsibility of securing the country and protecting lives and property of citizens.
I assure you that we can do much better, and I will try and see that I support those in the field, raise the standard, and get the resources to encourage them to do even better than what they are doing now for their professional interest and for the safety of our country.
The president described as impressive Governor Shatima's leadership role, as well as the active participation of other stakeholders in helping the government to deal with the security challenge in the Northeast.
Thank you very much for your commitment as leaders. I have an idea of how much you are doing. I very much appreciate it. And I'm sure that is earning you more respect from the people you lead.
Governor Shatima recounted that before 2015, Boko Haram had almost completely overrun the state following the failure of the then federal government to give the necessary support and succor to the people. He described as reassuring the genuine demonstration of empathy by President Muhammadu Buhari for Borno people and his overriding commitment towards ending the Boko Haram insurgency for sustainable peace.
Mr. President, sir, we are here because we knew you would warmly welcome us without any suspicion or contempt. We knew you would listen to us with absolute sincerity and compassion. We are here because since 2015, Mr. President, you were able to restore our hope.
The interactive session, which continued behind closed doors, received comments on the best way forward from other stakeholders, including CAN, Borno Elders Forum, the State Council of Traditional Rulers, as well as the Borno Caucus of the National Assembly. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Now, the presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Professor Jerry Ghana, has unveiled his action agenda for Nigeria if elected president in the forthcoming election. This was at the party stakeholder summit in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf was there.
The SDP presidential candidate's action agenda is tagged SWIFT, that is security re-engineering, wealth creation, infrastructure excellence and power supply, fight against corruption and indiscipline, as well as technology, education and human development. Professor Ghana promised to consolidate on the present administration's fight against corruption.
Therefore, one of our programs must consistently deal with the fight against corruption and indiscipline.
Members of the SDP National Working Committee, state chairmen and candidates reiterated the party's resolve to remain loyal to constituted authority before and after the election.
It is not about Professor Jerry Ghana. It is about several other people who are running for election on this platform.
Professor Jerry Ghana's presidential campaign structure was also presented to the stakeholders. In Abuja, Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
A certified copy of registered voters for the general elections has been presented to political parties by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Abuja. Mia Ogidi has the details.
Section 20, subsection 1, Electoral Act 2010 as amended states that the supplementary voters list shall be integrated with that of the voters register and published not later than 30 days to the elections. And the gathering here is in compliance of that section. All political parties represented and a soft copy of the consolidated voters register of more than 84 million eligible voters presented to them. The content shows that Northwest has the highest number of voters, followed by Southwest, North Central, South-South, Northeast, and Southeast. At the state level, Lagos State takes the lead, followed by Kano, Katsina, and Kaduna states, while the Federal Capital Territory, Bayelsa, and Ekiti states recorded the lowest. Youths constitute the bulk of the voters, while men dominate the gender chart.
It is the same register that will be available at each polling unit nationwide on election day.
The analysis made and the figures, data presented, we're quite satisfied and okay with them.
The INEC has proven to Nigerians today that they are ready for the job.
INEC maintains its position on the use of smart card readers and incident forms, though with some modifications.
Where the biometric authentication fails, the voter will be required to thumbprint a box next to his or her picture on the register and to enter his or her mobile telephone number before proceeding to vote. Consequently, the separate incident form used in previous elections, which is only completed by the presiding officer without the involvement of the voter, is now abolished.
You have even a space for thumbprint, and you also have a space for telephone number, so that if there's litigation, you can take this into the court.
This is the ballot paper.
With 89 political parties participating in the elections, one may think the length of the ballot paper may be up to 12 feet. But a demonstration copy of it shows that it's quite brief and will be properly folded before dropping in the ballot box to avoid displaying it to candidates to claim rewards, that is, vote buying. Mie Ogede, NTA News.
The network news is broadcast live on the network service of the NTA. The news returns shortly.
This used to be me. But that was before I got the perfect bag. It's handy and easy to use. All I need in one compact space, just like my MTN Extra Value plan. I used to get one plan for my calls and then try to remember which data plan worked for me. Roaming was a totally different ballgame. Not anymore. I've got the MTN Extra Value all-in-one plan. If you're a data buff like me, you get extra data with some talk time. And if you like to make calls, you get extra talk time with some data. And when I'm abroad, I automatically browse, chat, and call right on the same plan. MTN Extra Value was made just for me.
More of data or calls, whichever one you prefer. MTN Extra Value is made just for you.
Women and Youth Presidential Campaign Team. The North Central Women Zonal Rally for the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. Venue, Lafia Square, Lafia. Date, Tuesday, 8th January 2019. Time, 11 a.m. In attendance will be Wife of the President, Her Excellency Dr. Mrs. Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, Wife of the Vice President, Her Excellency Mrs. Dolapo Osinbajo, APC National Women Leader, Hajia Salamotu Baiwa Umar Eluma, Wives of Governors, all APC zonal and state women leaders, all elected APC officials, all APC members, Chief Host, Her Excellency Hajia Salamotu Tanko Almakura, Wife of the Governor, Nasarawa State, Announcer, Her Excellency Hajia Mairo Tanko Almakura, Vice Chair, North Women and Youth Presidential Campaign Team.
Election 2019 is here.
This is a clarion call to all Nigerians by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. On February 16, 2019, presidential and National Assembly elections will be conducted nationwide. Similarly, on March 2, 2019, governorship and state assembly elections will take place. INEC is committed to making the 2019 general elections the best we have ever had. Credible persons are being recruited and trained to handle polling units and collation centers at all levels. Our card readers have been upgraded and will be deployed to all polling units to prevent voter impersonation. We will involve technology in the conduct of elections to prevent fraud. Your votes will count. Join hands with the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Let's make Nigeria proud. This message is from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. INEC, making your votes count, consolidating our democracy.
The All Progressives Congress, APC, Adamawa State Chapter, cordially invites the general public to the campaign flag-off for the 2019 general election. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Adams Oshomole, National Chairman, APC. Chief host, His Excellency Senator Mohammed Umar Jibrila Bindo, Executive Governor, Adamawa State. Host, Alhaji Ibrahim Bilal, APC Chairman, Adamawa State. Date, Tuesday, 8th January 2019. Venue, Mahmoud Ribadu Square, Jimeta Yola. Time, 12 noon. You're cordially invited.
The Honorable Minister of Health, Professor Isaac F. Adewale, cordially invites the leadership of the National Assembly, State and House Committees on Health, the 36 state governors, all members of the Federal Executive Council, commissioners of health from the 36 states of the Federation, Secretary of Health FCT, stakeholders and development partners, to the official launch of the National Strategic Health Development Plan 2, the Basic Health Provision Fund, and the disbursement of funds to exemplary performing states in the Saving 1 Million Lives program for result by His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Date, 8th January 2019. Venue, Banquet Hall, State House, Presidential Villa, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Abdulaziz Mashi Abdullahi, Permanent Secretary, Announcer.
Politics, democratically, affords a level playing field for everyone who carries the will and courage to lead a people in the right direction.
I wish to call on women to go and spread the good news and accomplishment of the present administration.
Women inevitably are the right source to pave this path that can bring good governance, structural stability, rapid economic growth, and basic human rights to all its citizenry. There is no better time than now to experience their prowess in this era, when women all over the world are showing that they have the right tools to build a nation. The Buhari-led administration and APC have aligned with its purpose to involve women with the right vision. The idea is not just for participation, but inclusive participation.
We can exert more power than we would have individually in garnering the majority of registered women and youth voters to vote for the Buhari-Osinbajo team come 2019.
This is what change is all about. This is the vision of the All Progressives Congress. This is for a new Nigeria.
I go really early, oh, I know your story. I go Yaba to buy material. I go time my daily, yeah, I go no say I don't go. If you see my daily, oh, it go on everybody. Let me do tielo. Let me do tielo.
3G is great, 4G is better. You don't know what you're missing till you experience it. Upgrade to a 4G device and SIM, SMS Get to 141 to enjoy double data on Nigeria's widest 4G network.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. The Benin monarch, Omo Noba Nedo Ukua Bolon Oba Eware II, has urged politicians to play by the rules and shun acts capable of causing violence in the forthcoming elections. He gave the counsel in his palace at a meeting with representatives of political parties and other stakeholders in the electoral process. Steve Loinai Wokolo completes the report.
In attendance at the meeting were security chiefs, as well as traditional rulers, the Enige, and chiefs in the state. The Benin monarch, Oba Ewaye II, who spoke in his capacity as the chairman of the Edo State Traditional Rulers Council, and chiefs, urged political leaders and politicians to eschew untoward behaviors that will undermine the free, fair, and credible electoral process.
It is against God's wish anyone tries to achieve political power through spilling of human blood or killing innocent citizens. The Edo State Council of Traditional Rulers and Chiefs condemns such acts.
The Edo State Commissioner of Police, some party leaders and politicians speak on the significance of the meeting.
And I just thank the Oba for taking the initiative, because it shows a royal father that have patience for peace.
This is what leadership is all about. It's not just because it's an Oba, but because he cares.
It was a message of peace and ensuring that the elections will be peaceful, fair and free elections and credible.
It is expected that this meeting will go a long way in ensuring peaceful conduct of the forthcoming general elections in the state. From the Oba Benin Palace here in Benin City, Steve Lona and Waukolo, NTA News.
A federal high court sitting in Port Harcourt has nullified all APC nominations for the 2019 general elections. Presiding Justice James Omotosho said the party did not comply with the provisions of the Electoral Act with respect to the nomination of candidates. The court also ordered INEC to delist the names of all Rivers APC candidates submitted to it. Kingsley Amajiri was in court and now reports.
The judge considered two cases, the first one between APC and APC factions, and the second one is between the PDP and the APC. In an earlier judgment on the matter between Senator Magnus Abe's faction of APC and a group loyal to the Minister of Transportation, Chibika Amechi, Justice James Omotosho, relying on the judgment of Justice Chinwendu Nwogu of the State High Court, declared that APC is not eligible to participate in the 2019 general elections in Rivers State, restraining INEC from recognizing any candidate of the party for the elections. Justice Omotosho further nullified the direct primaries which produced Senator Magnus as candidate alongside others, since the national body of APC did not monitor the process. In the second case brought before Justice Omotosho by the PDP to determine the eligibility of the Rivers APC to participate in the elections when its primaries have been nullified by a competent court, Justice Omotosho, relying on Section 285(14)(c) of the Nigerian Constitution as amended, held that PDP has the locus standi to file the suit and ordered INEC to reject names of APC candidates from Rivers State and subsequently remove their names from the ballot paper. Counsels to the three parties have this to say on the judgment.
Now, we will take a look at the judgment and discuss with our clients.
We are going to test it at the Court of Appeal. That's the only thing we can say at this point.
So it's a good day for the rule of law. It's a good day for democracy.
Justice Omotosho enjoined parties to the suit to learn to obey court orders, expressing sadness that since the invasion of the State High Court in May 2018, no one has been prosecuted. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
The federal government has directed the military to vacate the premises of Daily Trust newspapers, and the order has been complied with. In a statement via a Twitter handle, the senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, says issues between the military and the newspaper as they affect the coverage of the war in the Northeast will be resolved through dialogue. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Army has made clarifications on the alleged invasion of Daily Trust headquarters in Abuja and its regional office in Maiduguri. A statement signed by the Director, Army Public Relations, Brigadier General Sani Kukasheka Usman, says soldiers and other security agents were indeed on the premises of the media house, but it was to invite its staff over the lead story in Sunday Trust, which divulged classified military information. The statement further reads that the disclosure of classified security information amounts to a breach of national security which runs contrary to Sections 1 and 2 of the Official Secrets Act. Such disclosures, the statement says, afford the Boko Haram terrorists prior notice of plans, giving them early warning to prepare against the Nigerian military, thus sabotaging planned operations and putting the lives of troops in imminent and clear danger. The military assures journalists that the invitation is for investigative purposes only, as the Nigerian army has no intention of muzzling press freedom, but urges fairness and professionalism and the reportage of events. The arraignment of Senator representing Kogi West, Dino Melaye, has been halted due to ill health. Melaye, alongside other defendants, would have been arraigned this Monday to take their plea on a 2-count charge of alleged conspiracy and attempted murder. Dele Atumbi now tells us more.
Senator Dino Melaye, who is in one of the police medical facilities in Abuja, turned down the police request to make statement, a legal prerequisite for arraignment. This development stalled the proposed arraignment of the defendant, who appealed to be taken to other medical facility for further medical attention, which the police controverted that Dino Melaye, according to his medical record before the police, is now in good health.
That's okay. I don't sleep. We'll talk to the AIG medical. He's in sound health. We are happy that we are giving him an excellent management in liaison with our specialist colleagues.
Melaye, who turned himself in to the police last Friday after 8-day siege on his residence in Abuja, is to face prosecution on attempted murder allegedly committed by the defendant's thugs, who shot and wounded Sergeant Danjuma Saliu on a stop and search duty along Ayetoro Gbede in Kogi State. Police authority says, in line with international best practices of civil policing, it is not ready to wheel any defendant to court to face trial.
But if he said he's not fit enough to go to court, we will treat him. We'll give him the best medical attention that we can afford.
When the defendant finally recuperates, he's expected to face his alleged criminal charge at the Federal High Court, Lokoja, in Abuja. Dele Atumbi, NTA News.
Now, President Muhammadu Buhari joins members of the All Progressives Congress in celebrating a former Deputy Governor of Plateau State, Pauline Tallen, at 60. President Buhari commended Tallen for her foresight and courage in championing the cause of women participation in politics and governance, describing her as a political Amazon that has written her name indelibly in Nigeria's history. Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, said in a statement that President Buhari prays that God grants her long life, good health and wisdom to continue serving the nation. You're watching the Network News. For more news from Lagos, let's now join Michael Olalaye. Hello, Michael.
Thank you, Kene, and a warm welcome to Lagos. Stakeholders in the nation's movie industry from the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory converge in Lagos to fashion strategies to combat piracy and other forms of infringement. The forum, which was at the instance of the National Film and Video Censors Board, had as a theme strengthening enforcement against unclassified films and video works. Elizabeth Omori reports.
That land belongs to Mweke, full stop, Kalate, Kalatum, Kalata.
That show of creativity by late Sam Loco is one of the exportable artistic potential of the Nigerian movie industry, hence the need to protect intellectual works for economic growth. This workshop is designed to bring stakeholders in the nation's movie industry together to chart a way forward on how to strengthen enforcement against unclassified films. Executive Director, National Film and Video Censors Board, while reiterating the position of the present administration in making the creative sector a viable one, disclosed that the education of the citizens on the dangers of piracy remains critical to winning the war.
We'll be able to come out with different papers that's going to be married together, then we put it forward to the Minister of Information for an adoption by the President.
Issues bordering on data analysis, enforcement, licensing, and protection of intellectual property, were brought to the fore.
If we must ensure enforcement, all these chains must be involved. What we need critically is awareness, capacity building.
The stakeholders also called for the prosecution of pirates and an effective legal framework. In Lagos, Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
The Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, says the sum of 2.85 trillion naira was realized in the non-oil sector out of the projected 5.32 trillion naira total revenue collected in 2018. Chairman FIRS Babatunde Fowler disclosed this at an FIRS Stakeholders 2019 retreat held in Lagos. Amaka Owo reports.
Organizations such as the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, usually begin the year with deliberations on ways to improve its operations, especially revenue generation in the face of dwindling oil prices and an emerging digital economy. With its theme, Parliamentary Support for Effective Taxation of the Digital Economy, Chairman Federal Inland Revenue Service, Babatunde Fowler, says digital economy contributes more than 3% to global economy. The FIRS boss disclosed that they realized a sum of 21.75 billion naira from the non-compliance companies that crossed the 1 billion naira and 100 million naira turnover. They are therefore seeking the collaboration of the National Assembly to review the country's tax regime for optimal performance in a growing economy.
We do have laws in our books which allows us to enforce tax payments. We can restrain businesses, meaning close down businesses. We can prosecute individuals. We can put a lien substitution on bank accounts. We as Nigerians now realize the only way to ensure sustainable economic development and to get revenue is through taxation.
Anything that will bring improvement on revenue generation in Nigeria will support it. Anything that will assist government in deciding and implementing its policies will support it.
We must attempt here to provide an overview of the regulatory legal framework, legal issues and prospects as revenue of the digital economy in Nigeria.
A review of scorecard and presentations from the different departments of the FIRS revealed the sum of 1.1 trillion naira from value-added tax in the year 2018. The Federal Inland Revenue Service has a target of 8.8 trillion naira for the year 2019. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
You are still watching NTA Network News. More reports are ahead after this timeout. Please stay with us.
You know, from day one, Globe makes life easier. They brought us per second billing, unbelievable data packages, and even an optic fiber cable to make sure we optimize. There are two things in our lives we depend on: the communication and information, voice and data. Whether you sell, buy, learn, teach, serve, or lead, it really comes down to those two things: voice or data. Today's world is all about you. You want what you want, how you want it, and Glow delivers. The freedom to use voice and data the way you like on every recharge. Easy.
Glow Yakata. Recharge 100 naira and get 2,200 naira. Minimum 500 naira to call all networks and 10 friends and family. Plus all the data you need, up to 6 gigabytes. Buy a Glow SIM or dial *220# to migrate. Glow, Grandmasters of Data.
Please come join us. Mom says we have more than enough.
Wherever you may travel, whoever you will be with, we wish you a supreme Christmas. Be supreme, Nigeria.
If you want a great Nigeria with a greater future,
with hope and strength. Election 2019 is here. It's our only hope. Election for a greater tomorrow. Election for a better Nigeria. Election 2019 is here.
Good people of Nigeria, the general elections are here again. Be good Nigerians. Let's do what is right. Do not sell your vote. Do not buy anybody's vote. Vote buying and selling amount to bribery. They are criminal acts and election malpractices. Offenders will be arrested, prosecuted, and jailed. So vote according to your conscience. Shun all forms of election malpractices. Vote for the candidate of your choice. This message is from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. INEC, making your votes count, consolidating our democracy.
For a better Nigeria. Election 2019 is here.
You discovered the things even before you discovered being a mom. You ate the things that you would not touch before. You have memorized voluminous books. Now keep discovering with Molfix Newborn. Its soft and breathable surface gently touches your baby's skin. Its ultra-absorbent structure locks the liquid in, provides the care your newborn baby needs. Molfix Newborn. Happy today, happy tomorrow.
The Candidates, a presidential town hall co-production between Daria Media and NTA, supported by the MacArthur Foundation. Kingsley Mogalu and running mate Omar Getso of the Young Progressive Party, Muhammadu Buhari and running mate Yemi Osinbajo of the All Progressives Congress, Omoyele Sowore and running mate Rabiu Ahmed Rufai of the African Action Congress, Atiku Abubakar and running mate Peter Obi of the People's Democratic Party. Moderator Kadria Ahmed. Dates starts Wednesday, 9th January 2019 with the candidates of the Young Progressive Party. Town Hall venue, Sheraton Hotel, Abuja, from 7 to 9 p.m. The candidates will be broadcast live on NTA and other partner TV and radio stations, as well as streamed online on NTA and dtv.media. If you're over 18 and want to be part of the audience, apply online at daria.media or use the hashtag NGTheCandidates or participate online using the hashtag NGTheCandidates.
Nigeria, a land of promise, land of potential, rich in oil, arable land, and solid minerals. Yet, hunger, joblessness, homelessness, and poverty are widespread. Over the years, Nigeria has suffered from hospitals without drugs, schools without teachers, and a huge infrastructure deficit. Clearly, we are yet to reach our full potential. And one of the reasons is because people choose bad leaders. Some even sell their conscience for a few thousand naira. For 2019 elections, don't sell your vote. Don't sell your future. Don't buy the people's lives. Vote selling is a crime against yourself. You will spend the next 4 years paying for it. Vote buying is against the law. Politicians, stop buying votes. People, stop selling your future. This message is from the National Orientation.
Thank you for joining us. Nigerian Stock Exchange All Share Index shared 0.78% at the close on a bearish note, and federal government offers bond for subscription. Musa Abubakar joins me now with the details. Musa, did business pick up?
Yes, it did, Kene. Hopefully it will improve by the end of the week.
That's more like it.
Hello, welcome to Business News. The federal government, through the Debt Management Office, Monday offered for subscription the Federal Government of Nigeria Savings Bond. The 2-year FGN Savings Bond due January 16, 2021 is at an interest rate of 12.12% per annum, while that of 3 years due January 16, 2022 at an interest rate of 13.12% per annum. Nigeria's electronic payment services recorded transactions worth 56.85 trillion naira from January to September 2018. Reports from the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System, NIBSS, indicate an increase of 16.4 trillion naira when compared to the 40.45 trillion naira recorded in the corresponding periods of 2017. The report showed that most of the electronic transactions were done through the NIBSS instant payment, point of sale, automated transfer machines, ATMs, mobile money, electronic bills payments, and web payments. ATMs transactions, the report revealed, grew from 4.61 trillion naira in 2017 to 4.76 trillion naira at the end of the third quarter of 2018. And now to equities. The Nigerian Stock Exchange closed Monday's trading on a negative. The all-share index declined 0.78% to close 30,400.28 basis points, with market capitalization at 11.3 trillion naira. 222 million shares valued at 3.3 billion naira were traded in 3,746 deals. Diamond Bank, Zenith Bank, and FBN Holdings PLC were the most active shares. That concludes business news. Over to you, Kenneth.
Thank you, Musa. Now, in accordance with the provision of Section 5 of the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, NFIU Act 2018, President Muhammadu Buhari has nominated Modibo Haman Tukur as director of the unit. A statement by Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, stated that this was contained in a letter of January 7, 2019 to the Senate President, seeking the confirmation of the nominee by the upper chamber of the National Assembly. Modibo Haman Tukur holds a Master's of Science degree in International Business and is currently an Assistant Director in the NFIU and has vast international experience in illegal assets recovery. We now join Charles Abra in Makurdi Network Center with more news from that zone. Charles.
Thank you, Kene, and welcome to Makurdi. Over 4,000 people in Agatu local government area, Benue State, have benefited from a 5-day free medical outreach for various ailments prevalent in the area. Achigli Magaji reports that the program is the initiative of the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar.
Ailments that were treated included malaria, worm infections, ulcer, sight challenges, and pregnancy and nutrition-related health issues.
We are targeting about 30 general surgeries and 20 eye surgeries. It is part of the Chief of the Air Staff's directive that apart from giving peace to this environment, people need to be healthy in order to carry out their responsibilities.
For the chairman of Agatu local government area and the traditional ruler, it is thank you to the federal government and the Nigerian Air Force.
I have gone around and I've seen a lot of drugs. I've seen a and when I went into that theater, I thought initially, I never had the impression that these people are well equipped.
Some of the beneficiaries also expressed gratitude for the gesture. It will be recalled that in October last year, when the Chief of the Air Staff activated the 21 Quick Response Wing in Agatu, he promised that apart from providing security, the Air Force will also cater for their health needs. In Agatu, Achigli Magaji, NT News.
The Benue State Livestock Guard has released 155 cows it impounded on Saturday from Agasha in Goma local government area. Commandant of the Guard, Linus Zaki, who released the cows, appealed to their owners to be law-abiding citizens. Godwin Naligo reports.
The arrest of the header and impoundment of the cows is the fourth in the last 1 month. Commandant Benue State Livestock Guards Linus Zaki advised herdsmen to ranch their cows so as not to generate crises between them and farmers.
Let them respect the law. If at all they want to come in Benue, they should make sure they do their rights so that they will come and put their cattle inside.
Special advisor to the governor on headers says he will continue to sensitize the headers on the need to obey the law of the state.
The herdsman, which is the owner of the cattle, then direct me to thank the state government because so far they get their cattle, they are 155, and they get them complete.
State Chairman Mieti Ala Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Obi Haruna, appreciated the commandant of the guard for keeping their cows safe. In Makudi, Godwin Inalegu.
That report does it from Makudi. Kene, it's back to you.
Thank you, Charles. The meeting between the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and the federal government has just commenced at the Ministry of Labour and Employment. The meeting is the second since the NLC issued an ultimatum over the implementation of the new minimum wage after the tripartite committee submitted its report to President Buhari late last year. This is the network news on the network service of the NTA. Let's take some commercial break now. The news returns shortly.
This festive season, there's no place like home. Get a GoTV decoder and GoTenna and 1 month of GoTV Max subscription for only 6,900 Naira. GoTV. Live it, love it.
My name is Chinazo Gochku. I'm from Imo State. I have been doing business in this area since past 7 years without any help. When I had this government something that's helping people, I go to them, they give me money. I have got 50,000 from them and I pay back. I pray to God, let government give to other people so that the money will correspond to everybody. As I myself, I'm very happy, and my family. I pray God to give to other people so that they will enjoy this money with me and enjoy this government with me.
The presidential ambition of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar of the PDP has suffered a major setback following the defection of prominent members of his various support groups from the Northeast to the governing APC. President Muhammadu Buhari formally received the defectors, including the former governor of Borno State, Mohammed Goni, and Senator Paul Wampana Vimtim from Adamawa State. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo tells us more.
The defectors, including officials and elders of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, from the 6 northeastern states, were led to the State House by a prominent politician from Borno State, Umar Bukal Bolori. He told the president that the driving force behind their action was the record of his performance so far in turning around the critical sectors of the economy, thereby significantly enhancing the lives of Nigerians. The Northeast in particular, the defectors say, never had it so good as in the last 3.5 years.
We, who are until now PDP stakeholders and Atiku campaign coordinators, ACC strategists, door-to-door canvassers from the 6 states of the Northeast region, have therefore deliberated and decided to join the next level campaign of APC under the banner of Northeast Alliance for Buhari 2019. You have been tested and trusted like none other, and you will deliver us to the next level.
I very much appreciate this effort you have made in consolidating my support in a region I can claim as part of myself as a person. I would have been extremely disappointed if you hadn't come. But now I feel at peace that I have regained my constituency.
Some of the defectors who spoke to newsmen give reasons for their collective action.
We are convinced that this man is the one you would require for not only Northeast, but the whole of Nigeria moving forward. In his straightforwardness, you can't contest. In terms of achieving so much so soon, I was fantastically fascinated. We are committed to having him back by God's will.
All my politics have been about telling the truth. When people take to telling lies in order to win elections, I remove myself from it. I would want for the rest of my life to face Nigerians and tell them the truth.
Are you saying the president winning the Northeast?
Of course, president is winning Nigeria, not Northeast. You have seen us. You have seen the people that have come. We are not all that have come. We come as representative of our people.
And I can assure you, for Borno, Northeast, and most of the states in Northeast, this is somehow the burial ceremony of PDP and Atiku's ambition in the Northeast. I can assure you that.
Members of the delegation assured President Buhari that immediately on return to their various constituencies, massive community mobilization will commence for his re-election next month. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
On the political scene, the political situation in Gabon is under control following an attempted military coup which occurred in the country early Monday. Reports say 2 suspects were killed while 7 were under arrest. The officers claimed they seized power from the alien leader's family, which has ruled for over 50 years. Tanks and armored vehicles could be seen in the capital, Libreville. One of the rebels was on the run for a brief period before being found hiding under a bed. A government spokesman said a curfew has been imposed in the country until the further notice following the failed military coup attempt. Up next, a sports update.